In writing the Chiru of High Tibet, I wanted to tell a true story of shy, sheep-sized animals called Chiru that have survived for many centuries in one of the harshest but most beautiful places in the world. Chiru are their own kind. They look like antelope, but actually have no close relatives. I wanted readers to know that life is never a sure thing for Chiru. Nature is generous with beauty in Tibet, but stingy with vegetation. Starvation is always a possibility. Even though Tibet can be very cold, freezing to death is not a worry. Chiru have the finest, softest wool in the world, each strand 1/7 the thickness of a human hair. Their wool keeps them alive, but this wonderful wool also caused thousands to be slaughtered. Chiru were brought to the brink of extinction, not by nature, but by humans. If Chiru were to survive, humans would have to help them. But scientists weren't sure they could. Did they have time to save the Chiru? Was it already too late? This true story was full of beauty, danger, bravery, and mystery. It was a story I wanted to tell, but I gradually realized I could not write this book without traveling to Tibet to see the land, the animals, and the people who called them sacred. I journeyed thousands of miles to the Chungtung Reserve, Tibet's wilderness, home of the Chiru. We camped where Chiru live, walked their ground, wrapped in Tibetan silence, and we saw Chiru. I wrote in my journal, "The Chiru came in fairly close. I could just watch. They run more than walk. I like to think it's because it feels so good to run across these vast plains. They'll be running full bore in one direction, and then turn on a dime and go in another direction. Today I was sitting and watching. One Chiru just started running toward me. I didn't move. He kept coming, so close I could see the matted clumps in his wool." In making the book, The Chiru of High Tibet, Linda Winggerter and I have worked with words and paint to take readers to the vast, quiet, mysterious, and beautiful Chungtung Reserve, to encounter animals that live nowhere else, to walk the Chungtung with those determined to help the Chiru survive. We hope readers, as we, will be warmed not by Chiru wool, but by the story of these animals and the adventurers who worked to keep them on our earth.